Om Shruti Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Loga Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhattarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Gukaro Anthakaro Vai Rukarastan Anthakara Nirodhitvat Gururitya Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavati Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Bhadram Karne Vishrniyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyema Kshaviryachatraha Sthirairangai Sushtuvam Sastanupihi Veshema Devahitam Yadayuhu Sustina Indro Vrittashravaha Sustina Pusha Vishwavedaha Sustinastarkshu Arishthanemihi Sustino Brihaspatir Dathatu Om Shanti 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 Om Prajnanam Shutpratane Sthiracharakara Vyapibhirvyapya Lokan Bhuktva Bhokan Stavishtan Punaravideshanodvasidan Kamajanyan Pitva Sarvan Visheshan Subidhi Madhura Bhung Mayaya Bojayannaha Maya Sangyas Turiyam Paramamృతమజం బ్రహ్మయత్తన్నతోస్మి యో విశ్వాత్మా విదిజ విషయాన్ ప్రాశ్య భోగాన్ స్తవిష్టాన్ పశ్చాచ్చాన్యాన్ సవిధి విభవాన్ జ్యోతిషా స్వేన సూక్ష్మాన్ సర్వానేతాన్ పునరభిశనై స్వాత్మని స్థాపయిత్వా హిత్వా సర్వాన్ విశేషాన్ Vigata Gunaganah Patvasaunastuриyaha. We are looking into the meaning of Māṇḍūkya kārikā, third section, Advaita Akhyam, Tridiyam Prakaranam. In the Advaita chapter, Advaita section, 16th verse, almost we are going to finish that. Just I will give the meaning for the continuity and we will finish. Ashramastrividhahinam Ashramastrividhahinamध्यमोत्कृष्टदृष्टयः Upasanopadishtoyam tatartamanukampaya. There will be a objection or a doubt regarding the various rituals, various meditations, various types of disciplines which are presented in the Karma Kanda and also in some portions in the Vedanta also, in the portion of knowledge also. When something already accomplished is to be known, where there is no karma is to be done, no actions to be done. Why then in the first portion of Veda and also in certain portion of knowledge, Vedanta is talking about different types of rituals, meditations, prayers, and all other disciplines, etc., which are karma. Any action is purposeless in gaining a thing which is already within you or accomplished by you. You have to know that you are already having that accomplished fact. Then how can we understand these karmas which are presented in the ritualistic portion and also in the portion of knowledge? Gaudapada answers in a proper way through this verse. There are three types of people in the world. We can classify them. According to the mental caliber in seeing the vision or getting the vision or getting the fact of oneness. The mental caliber for seeing the oneness between the individual self and the Parabrahman, the consciousness, which is all pervading. They differ for everybody. And we have classified them into three. And Gaudapada present them Hina Madhyastha Utkrishta Drishtaya. First group of people, Uttama Adhikari. They have the capacity to understand properly what is told by the Acharya or the traditional teacher from the first explanation itself. Then there are two other groups of people. Their mental capacity to understand the oneness between the individual self and the consciousness, which is all pervading. Are in a medium way. You have to explain them 5, 6, 10, 12 times, but they will understand. And another set of people, they are dull wit. Their mental caliber is so low. Shruti being the mother and who want to take care of each and every child, every human being should know what is the secret between the Ishvara and them. They should reach the goal. For that purpose, the Shruti, the text Vedas, make their mentality more powerful. Like immune power, if you give to the body, it can react and it can work again. Similarly, these rituals can help them and they can come to the Uttama Adhikari position, a group of people who can grasp easily the meaning what is being presented in the portion of knowledge. That is why Upasana Upatishta Yam. Here all the prayers are being presented. Out of compassion for the medium level people and the low class people to make their brain more active and brilliant to understand the grasp and giving more discrimination, empowering them. So, for that purpose only, Vedas have a portion called ritualistic portion. But for the super mental caliber people, for them only one thing to be done in their life. What is that? Just Shravanam, listening towards the traditional teacher, because the entire problem is due to the misunderstanding or not knowing the reality. In order to know that, you have to listen to the traditional teacher. No karma remains for them. But for others, to other group of people, they have to do the rituals, meditations, prayers, yoga, other disciplines, etc., etc. And we have explained this in a proper way in the last previous classes. Just I would like to conclude this. The last 3 points which is been given. 3 mantras, verses from other Upanishads. Yen manasa na manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam viddhi netam yatita upasade. Acharya, Shankaracharya, in his commentary, he has given few verses from other Upanishadic texts. From another Upanishad called Keno Upanishad, he says, Yen manasa na manute, where the mind is completely off, cannot operate to see the reality. Where there is no operation of mind is successful. You cannot see this with the mind, because mind is supposed to see limited things which are having a small name and form. Mind cannot grasp something which is all pervading. That is why the operation of mind is unsuccessful in seeing the reality. Then by which we are understanding the all pervading Lord? By the mind itself, but in a superficial way. You cannot completely deny, but mind comes to know from the traditional teachers' advice that it is not an object, it is something which is behind the operation of the mind. Neti neti iti vakyena. Not the things what you see right in front of you, not the things which you understand, but neti neti iti vakyena. Yen manasa na manute yenahur manomatam. By which? By whose presence behind the mind make the mind to operate in this world. Mind have different capacities, by whose presence. Which consciousness is making the mind to operate. Tadeva brahmatvam viddhi. That is called Brahman, the all-pervading Lord. Not the ideals which are kept inside the temple, churches, mosques, or monasteries. People are confined in their devotion that in a temple, when there is an ideal is kept, this is the Lord. In a mosque, there are prayers are being conducted by mass, and there in the Mecca, there the Lord is existing. Or in the Jerusalem, the Lord is existing. Or in the heaven, the Lord is existing. These ideas are not true, but partially true. A partial understanding of something will not help you to reach the goal or destination. When something is all pervading, the ideal inside the temple, mosques, or monasteries also having that all pervading entity. The point is, when you only see the confined ideal and you know all other things are not Lord, then that idea will fall apart. Correct? In the Mecca only there is Lord. Then it's a confined, a limited way of understanding the Lord. When the Lord is everywhere, in the form of mango tree, in the form of fragrant flower, in the form of ponds, in the form of animals, so that we can respect them, we can give some compassion towards them without killing. But this understanding is lacking because they only see the Lord inside the temple, inside the monasteries, inside the church, or inside the mosque. That is why Upanishad give a sharp way of making them clear. Truth is always bitter, whether you like or not. Upanishad will say what is true. Nedam yedidam upasate. Not all the things which you are having some devotion in the form of ideals in the temple, mosques, or monasteries, or in the churches. The all-pervading Lord is pervading inside the church, inside the monastery, inside the mosque. That doesn't mean that only the mosque have the Lord. A Lord is existing only inside the mosque or in the temple. So to clear the clarification, the discrimination happens now. Again, he says, Adi Shankara quotes another statement. Tattvamasi. What is meant by Tattvamasi? You are that. Tattvamasi means you are that. When I am already putting down myself, inferiority complex is making me more and more stress in my life, giving stress in my life. I am confined with a knowledge that I am this body. And what are the limitations this body is having? That limitations, I take myself. It's all my limitations. There, this sentence have something to say. Take away your inferiority complex. Take away all your limitations. After understanding these three pronouns, tad, tvam, asi. Two pronouns and one verb. You are that. What is that? To understand that, you should study under a traditional teacher. What is this you? It's not talking about body. And that will always say you at present itself, in spite of all your limitations which are having towards the body, you are the truth. So this sentence is presented in the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, 6th chapter. And these sentences repeatedly occur almost 9 to 12 times. Okay. And Atma eva idam sarvam. Indeed, this consciousness is all pervading everywhere. All these sentences are echoing the truth that actions, karmas, don't have any role in accomplishing the truth which is all pervading. Still, the karmas are being presented by the Shruti The passages which we come across in the Upanishad also about karmas are meant for the medium level and low class people to gain more discrimination, to gain more mental caliber, so that they can understand the truth very easily. No other purpose for the actions. Your responsibilities, your job, your own enjoyments are just only confined to your body. They don't have any connection regarding the truth, because truth is not connected with any karmas. You cannot gain any truth by doing karma. So it is told here, there is no other things to be done in order to accomplish an already accomplished fact. These karmas are helpful for the medium level and the low class, low level people who are having mental caliber is bit low to see the oneness of Atman and individual self. This is the last sentences of this verse of commentary. Now we will enter into the new verse which we have to study today. Swasiddhanta vyavasthasu dvaitino nishchita dridam parasparam virudhyante taihi ayam na virudhyate. Verse number 17 in the Māṇḍūkya kārikā, third section. Swasiddhanta vyavasthasu dvaitino nishchita dridam parasparam virudhyante taihi rayam na virudhyate. Before few months, in a verse, we understood an example which is given by me. A group of blind people try to understanding the elephant by touching different parts of the elephant. A blind man is touching its leg and he confirms that elephant is in the form of a pillar. A blind person touching the trunk of the elephant and confirms that elephant is in the form of a tube. A blind person again touching the tusks and he says that it is in the form of a stick. Elephant means it's in the form of a stick. If a blind person touch its ear, he will say it's in the form of a washing or cleaning path. If a blind person touches the elephant's tail, he will confirm that elephant is in the form of a broomstick. All these organs are belonging to the elephant, but elephant is not in any one of these shapes. We know that. Thus, people in this world even now know the reality partially, not completely, and they are very adamant in their vision by explaining their foolish explanations for others. and condemning others' explanation, disagreeing with others' explanation. They are being brainwashed by themselves or somebody that this is the Lord. And they will also brainwash others who are coming to study under them that this is the Lord. Krishna is the only Lord in the world. Jesus is the only Lord in the world. Allah is the only Lord in the world. No, don't believe in any other thing, or if you see them, you kill them. This is called partial vision regarding the truth. And they are brainwashed and they don't see any truth in others' vision. So that they always disagree with others. This is being told here again, which is much similar to another verses which we have gone before few months. Swa Siddhanta Vyavasthasu. In their methodology of studying about the truth, Vyavasthasu, which are having some partial vision regarding the truth. These people who don't have the discrimination to understand the entire vision about the reality, they have a partial vision regarding the reality. Partial vision regarding the reality. And they conforms with their studies because they are brainwashed. They don't see any truth in others' vision. They don't see any truth in others' vision. Balavat Dridam. They are very strong in their belief. They don't see any truth in others' beliefs. This is what happens between two religions, and this is how the war itself happening. You don't believe others' religion or beliefs. It triggers a lot of tragedies, So it is told here, Sa Siddhanta Vyavasthasu Dvaitino Balavad Dridam. Dualistics, the people who see the Lord other than them, and that vision is partial also. They confine along with them. What they confine, there is no other teachings or religion or belief other than what we believe. All other people are fools. All other religions are mentally ill. All others are illiterated. And they fight each other. They disagree with their visions. This happened even before 1,400 years ago. Still, it will happen right now, and it will be happening in the future also. You cannot change others. You cannot make them completely understand about the reality. People are always interested in their own understanding. They don't want to change their mentality. They don't have the broad mind, except a few people like us. We give equal respect for the dog and the person, human being, because we know that Lord is in the form of dog, Lord is in the form of human being, Lord is in the form of electricity, Lord is in the form of everything. So, these type of people are called Advaidin, one who believes non-dual entity is the only truth in the world. This non-dual entity is appearing in different names and forms around me. So I see the Lord in each and every name. One who don't believe this is called dualist. He believe in a name and form and he disagree with other names and forms. He destroy, in fact, all other names and forms. He don't care about others' belief. There is no sentimental attachment for any others' feelings. Swasiddhanta vyavasthasu dvaidino balavadridam. They are very much strengthened in their own partial understanding and partial beliefs and methodologies. In a rough way, we can say brainwashed people regarding the truth which is partial. And dvaitino nishchita dridam. You cannot change them. Don't waste your time. Don't bring somebody to the class. No. You don't insist them. There will be people who are interested by themselves due to their understanding about the world and the life. So, don't insist anybody. We are not interested in a mass. I want to sit around brilliant people. I don't want to sit a group of in the middle of group of foolish people. Vedanta class or Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad class, very few people, it's enough. Entire world is following what is not true. They are enjoying the world with their senses and external objects. Very few people return back. Paranchikhani vidarnat swayampu parang pashyadi nandara. Most of the people see the external things and they think that external things are filled with joy and happiness. And they go behind that. Very few people come to know that origination of unlimited happiness is myself. From my heart, from the Hridaya Kamala Pundarikam, a lotus shape heart, and inside that, the all-pervading Lord being there. The origination of happiness starts from there. It's a foolish thing to locate something which is already all-pervading. Still, for the sake of meditation, these things are told in the Vedanta. One can meditate on this lotus-shaped heart where the Brahman exists. I am the source of unlimited happiness. Why should I go behind any external object which is subject to destruction? This understanding can only for few people, not for everybody. These people are brilliant. They are called non-dualistic people, Advaitins. All others are quarreling each other, having some disagreement in their own methodology with others. So they always try to deny others' vision. They always try to condemn others' vision. If they get a chance, they will destroy others without any mercy, because they will always keep some aversion for others. They don't find any bondage with others because there will be always some disagreement in their vision and others' vision. Parasparam virutyante. They quarrel each other. Their methodology they will try to impose on others. If you don't obey my methodology, I am going to destroy you. Parasparam virudyante. They quarrel each other. They fight each other. Now they have bomb and missiles. So they will fight with that. But the person who knows Parabrahman, one who is having the understanding of Advaita philosophy, non-dual Brahman, he don't fight with all these people. He will be completely helping them to come out of their vision. He don't have any disagreement with others. I will give you an example so that it will be easy to understand this Taihi Ayamna Viruddhya. There is a rope inside the room, which we used to say the stock example, In the dark room, we have a rope. And a person enter inside the room and he mistakenly step on that and he confirms that there is a snake and he come back. Next time, we keep a small sound of a water flow and we put a light lamp and we make a rope in white color so that the person inside the go and he says that there is a stream of water inside the room. If you give a paint of a stick, the person will misjudge this as a stick. Now, 3 people entered inside the room and 3 people have different opinion regarding one single truth. Rob being the one single truth and all other 3 people are having different vision regarding one single truth. One will say it is a snake. One will say it's a stream of water. One will say it is a rock. The knower of the truth don't have any problem in their partial vision. Whatever they have judged, whatever they have realized, it is nothing away from the truth. Whether your stick, whether your snake, whether your stream of water, it is only a superimposition on the truth. Not knowing the truth, you say some other things, but you understand there is something in the form of truth. So any superimposition given by the dualist in the world, we don't condemn them. It is true, you can worship in the form of anything. One Lord is appearing in different forms and you can worship in the form of Allah, in the form of Jesus, in the form of Lord Krishna. Because one truth will not change if you worship in different names and forms. So that Vedantin, the knower of the truth, will not be disagreeing with all their visions. He will be always friendly with them and he will try to make them understand the entire vision and give up their methodology which is untrue. This is the meaning of this verse. Now we will go to Shankara's vision, Shankara's commentary, how he is unfolding the truth. I will read the sentence and will give you the meaning. Shastra upapattibhyam avadharitatvat advaya atmadarshanam samyak darshanam tad bhahyatvad mithya darshanam anyat. Shastra upapattibhyam avadharitatva. By understanding the sentences which are presented inside the Vedanta, one will get the entire vision of the truth. And logically, and also through the sentences which are presented in the Shastra, both way one can understand the vision which is presented. People have some confusion regarding the non-duality. Always. This is true. There is a confusion. How can one single entity take different names and forms? That is why logically we need to know something. How we will come to know it is logical? By the pot clay example. A clay can assume into different names and forms. One single clay taking different names and forms. One single water appearing in the form of ocean, pond, dewdrop, stream, river, cloud, steam, everything. So one single entity can appear in the different names and forms without changing its own nature. Logically, it is possible. That is why not only through the Vedantic sentences, through logic also, we have proven the fact. What is that fact? Advaya Atma Darshanam Samyak Darshanam. Seeing one's own self, which is united with the all-pervading consciousness, Advaya Atma Darshanam. The individual self is nothing but Brahman, biologically and also through the understanding of Vedanta. Like that, one got the reality, one got the understanding of reality. All other teachings and understandings, tad bāhyatvat, they are different. They are dualistic signs. They are not Advaita philosophy. They are all dualistic philosophies. Talking about a Lord who is sitting in the heaven and controlling the creation. One of the bluffest idea, which is famous in everybody's brain, which is entered in everybody's brain. There is no such a Lord and there is no such heaven for a Vedantin. If you believe a heaven, definitely there will be a heaven waiting for you. If you don't believe in heaven, there will be no heaven at all. Advaita Atma Darshanam. It's very important. Advaita Atma Darshanam. And all other visions, those who are having are apart from this reality. A partial vision they are holding on. Tad bāhyatvat mithya darshanam anyat. Mithya darshanam, in Shankara's words, one need to understand that that will not helpful to reach the goal. Mithya. Understanding partially about a thing will not subserve our pursuit. That is why it is called Mithya Darshan. Anatma eva. Without studying the reality, you study about unreal things. The entire scientists who are in the world is Anatma Darshanika eva. They are talking about the unreal things. Whether it is microbiology, whether it is talking about the stars, whether it is talking about any other things in the world, all are anatma eva, unreal things, untruth. Medicines, unreal. Disease, unreal thing, which comes and goes, which has subject to death and which is subject to die, which is subject to take a birth. So that is why Mithya Darshanam eva. Any technology is anatma eva. I am not against any kind of technology. From the standpoint of reality, it will not subserve our goal. That is why Mithya Darshanam. Of course, it has some purpose. For example, if you don't study letters, how are you going to read or how are you going to understand my language? Even though it is Mithya Darshanam, it is dualistic, it has some purpose. But they are not our goal. A doctor is talking about our anatomy, and the body itself is an anatma from the standpoint of reality. Empirical existence we accept for everything, but that doesn't mean that it's our goal. That is why it is told Mithya Darshanam Anyat. All others are anatma, other than the reality. And the science which are talking about anatma is, they are all mithya. They are all untruth. Anyat. Through this verse, itaha cha mithya darshanam dvaidinam raga dveshadi dosha aspadatva. This verse also, itaha cha mithya darshanam, the science which is talking about anatman, talking about the names and forms and some other partial vision. Dvaidinam, who is talking about that? Dvaidi, dualists, of them, all are based on raga dvesha aspadatvad. There is a defect, a big defect for them. Raga dvesha dosha aspadatvad. Due to some attachment towards the world, due to some attachment towards some other things, due to some non-attachment towards other thing, raga and dvesha, free from attachment, is called dvesha because you see some defect in that. Attachment, you see some benefits in that, so that you have love on something. You see some beneficial factors which you have already carrying in the mind, so that you have an attraction towards a woman. You have a detachment towards a woman. Why? They cannot fulfill your imaginations, so that you have detachment, dvesha, defect, you see some defect on, which is the nature of ordinary people. Ordinary people measure others with this scale, and that scale is made from their mentality, which is made of raga and dvesha. Raga and dvesha being the base for their philosophies, the entire teaching will have some attachment towards something and talking ill about some other things, especially others' vision. That is why Dvaidinam ragadveshadi aspadatvad katham swasiddhanta vyavastasu, katham, how, swasiddhanta vyavastasu, believing blindly in their vision and in their methodology, swasiddhantara vajana niyameshu, in their rules and regulations, talking about their own blind vision, dualistic vision. Before 1400 years, there are few sages, not like right now, the religions like Hindu, Muslim, Christians, Buddhas, Chinese, these, that, no. On that time, Kapila, Kanada, Buddha, Arhadadi, Drishti, Anusarinaha, Dvaitinaha, Nishchitaha. A good sage called Kapila, Kapila Muni. He wrote, he is the propounder of Sankhya Mata. There are a lot of individual souls and one single source called Prakriti to bind these all individual souls. So Purusha and Prakriti, individual souls are many. One strength is one strength is there to bind every individual soul. Kanadaha, who is Kanadan? A person who has a very powerful way of living in the world. He don't beg for anything in the world from somebody. He just go to the field which are already harvested, and from that field he take the grains which are left over there. Kanam atti idi kanadaha, a powerful way of living. Their words will be very strong, you know. When you have some rules and regulation in your diet and your lifestyle, you will have that power in your words and your lifestyle. When you don't have the power in your diet and the food, your words will fall apart. That is why Kanata, his name itself is Kanata. Those grains which are left over in a harvested field, he collect one by one and bring back to his hermitage, and he cook there and he eat that only. If he don't get, he will not eat. He is called Kanata. So this person also having some dualistic methodology, like a Sankhya. Kanata sage, Kanata Muni. Buddha, teachings of Buddha. We all know that their disciplines are very powerful, like ahimsa, satyam, dharma, not hurting others, mercy towards others. Talk always truth. Don't talk much towards others. These are all powerful, but the goal is zero. There is no Lord for them. They deny everything came from non-existence and everything will go to non-existence. So we have a question for them. Whether you exist or not, I exist. Then who are you? So don't talk much about non-existence. Okay. This is what Buddha's philosophy is also utter false. That is what I want to say. That philosophy has nothing to do with our life. Their values are good. Mercy, compassion, truth, maunam, silence towards the world and people, all are okay. But all other things like gold, zero existence of cause. Without cause, anything cannot happen. The entire world came from one single cause, and you are denying the cause and the effect, which is also a bluffing idea. All these people were there. Drishti anusaranam dvaitinaha nishchidaha. They have different methodologies and different philosophies. One thing in general, they see Lord apart from them. Their Lord is somewhere in the heaven or somewhere else. And they believe that to reach the Lord, we have to do certain karma. And karmas have a role. Without karma, you cannot reach the Lord. So all kinds of philosophies have different rules and regulations in order to reach the destination. And they disagree each other regarding their rules and regulations. I have my own way of rules and regulation. When I am a Dvaiti, he have his own rules and regulations and methodology, even though he's a Dvaiti. We don't go together. We fight each other. We have disagreement regarding our methodology. That is what Dvaitino Balavadridam Parasparam Virutyande. They are different from each other and they disagree each other and they quarrel each other, they fight each other. In fact, they try to kill others. They are nishchitaha. They ascertain all these partial visions are true. And they carry this partial vision in their life for others. That is why I told complete brainwashed ideas for the Dvaitis. We will continue looking towards this beautiful way of presenting the reality and unreality separately by Shankara in the next class also. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayandam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Kshoparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om